Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful short for a 1 to 2 year old girl. Here I'm marking out 1.5 inches on the top part of the trouser for our elastic. Now the reason why I'm marking it on the right side of the fabric is because this will help me to identify the mark and make sure I do not exceed what I'm supposed to stitch for the elastic. Now this is one trick that works for me, but you can either iron the fabric on exactly that 1.5 inch, or you can use pin to stick it down. After that, I went ahead to stitch the crotch area on both sides, as you can see, and I double stitched. Now I cut out the threads and made sure the crotch area was well secured. Then I went ahead to stitch the top part for the elastic. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stitching like 1/4 inch on the top part of the fabric before I do the main stitching. This is a trick that I normally do when I'm working with a stretchy fabric, or when I'm sewing a flay top or trouser or anything and I'm trying to stitch the down part. Now I went ahead to tack it down. I made sure I opened the crotch area and then I stitched on the 1/4 inch that I'd already stitched on earlier. Sew it round and leave like 1 inch gap to be able to pass in your elastic. Trim out the excess thread and then you go ahead to fix your elastic. Here I'm using an elastic band of 1 inch width and then a length of 16 inches, but this time around not on fold, guys, as you can see. Cut out your band and then get a safety pin that you'd use to get it through that hole. Otherwise you can use whatever works for you, but safety pin has been a game changer. Now I went ahead to pass it through the hole. Ensure that you do it gently. You don't want that band to twist in the middle as you go, because you'll have to bring it out and start again. Guys, my pin came out before my elastic here. I almost got injured, but I was careful. So try and stretch it in. Make sure there's no twist in the middle or at the side. Now go ahead and stitch your elastic band by placing one end on the other and secure it properly, just like you see me do. Now this will make you avoid any balls or any toughness at the joint area. Go ahead and cover up that space. Make sure you stretch your elastic area properly so that one place does not gather more than the other side. I will always recommend that whatever you do, always use your weaving machine to weave out those places in order for you to get a good finishing. In my case, I do not have. If you are like me, you can either give out to people that weave before sewing or give it to them after sewing, just to make it look neat. Now go ahead and top stitch on the band just for it to get a good finish. As you can see, now our trouser is almost ready. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is to form our gather for the down part of our shirt. Like I mentioned earlier, I used a leftover fabric and I don't even think it's up to a yard. So what I did was to just cut out strap like I've showed earlier to get the gathers. So here I was joining and joining and joining just to get the amount of the right amount for my gathers. So here I think I've gotten quite a lot. I went ahead to measure to see if it's going to cover up for the two sides of the shirt, and voila, it did. I think I even got extra there. After that, I went down to measure each side of the shirt just so I'm able to know the amount of gathers I'll be adding to that area. So I think I got 9 inches, which was on fold. That will be 18, and then I'll be getting a strap of 18 times 2, which will be 36. But this fabric was quite stretchy, so it was not easy for me to be able to get that 36. At the end, I think I just went ahead to just divide the fabric into two and then go ahead to use each one for each side of the short. As you can see, now we'll be going to form our gathers. So what you want to do is to notch the middle of each of the straps and run a loose stitch on each one. So I ran a loose stitch on the top part of each strap. You see a loose stitch on both of the straps. If you have a gathered foot, you can use it to make it easier. After that, you pull out the thread to be able to get your gathers. Pull it out gently so that it does not cut, because if it does, you have to go back and start again. But if you have to go back and start again, it's no big deal. You know, what doing is worth doing, right? After I pulled it to get my gathers, you ensure that you gathered it to meet up with the length of the shorts, each side of the short, because you don't want one to be shorter. You don't want your gathers to be shorter than what you're working on, and you don't want, the gather to be wider or longer than what you want to adjust it to fit in on that side. Go ahead and stitch it on the side of the shorts. Make sure that they align. And then you do the same for the other area. Just like you can see, it's already coming out, right? Repeat it on the other area and then stitch the down part. Fold in the down parts carefully and neatly, just like you see me do on that side. I'm also repeating it here on this other side, just to make it look fine and beautiful for our baby girl. When I was done with my stitch, I went down to stitch the crotch area neatly, and that was it, guys. That was it. I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If there's anything you want me to make, please let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you're going to be trying it. Thank you and bye. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on your notifications so that you'll be notified whenever I drop another video. Thank you. Bye.